So a tweet that I saw a little while ago from defenseman Seth Jones, who he flew on Air Canada. They lost his hockey bag, and last I saw, there was like some trouble with this. But let's welcome in Seth Jones. Seth, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Good. So did Air Canada ever find your hockey bag?
Yeah, I got it. It was a little bit of a process. I'm not exactly sure what happened behind the scenes, but they got it to me here in Dallas safely. And everything was in there, which is good.
Well, yeah, that's obviously always a good plus because when I saw your tweet, I saw your mom got in on it too, and I was uh-oh, Air Canada's in trouble, man. They don't
you
even
just answered your own question, Blazor. That's how it got solved right there. That's exactly how it got solved.
Yeah, exactly. They were listening to me. They're not scared of me. They're scared of her.
Very good. So how's your time off going? Everything going great?
Yeah, it's been all great. It's been great. Been here in Dallas for the most part, just working out, training. Family's here as well, so it's been a good off season. Ready to get the season going again. We're a couple weeks away.
Yeah. So the NHL Network recently placing you and Zach in the top 20 defensemen in the NHL, and you were fifth in the ranking. That is absolutely outstanding. You got to be happy about this.
It's always great getting recognition for the work you put in and the game you try to contribute out there on the ice for the team. And, it's always been a goal of mine to be considered, one of the best, not the best defenseman in the league. And there's still a lot of work to be done. A lot of great players in this league, but, that's what I train for in the offseason. That's what we look forward to get better.
Seth, I know that you and Zach are obviously a great defensive pairing. Any chirping between the two of you, given where you both wound up in those rankings?
No, I'm just happy I'm ahead of him right now. 'Cause I know he's a young kid, so the tides could turn here pretty soon.
Hey, so I also saw that you were one of seven CBJ players who went to Nick Foligno's summer home there in Ontario. This is a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It looks like you played that charity hockey game. You know what, man? This is incredibly cool and noble at the same time. $350,000 being raised going toward a children's hospital there in the area. Talk about that. That is really cool.
Yeah, that's a heck of an experience, heck of an event that the whole family puts on. It's him. It's Nick and Marcus, and the dad and Mike. They're all heavily involved in the situation and that charity. Neo Kids does a heck of a job too of putting on the event with them. It's awesome getting to play against the doctors who help these kids out and are probably the most important piece to all this working. Then you see players from around the league coming in and showing their support and playing, and the Foligno, Janelle and Nick's kids as well. Open up their house to a few of us, and we're able to stay with them. And, it's first-class service all the time when it comes to the Foligno family.
We're talking to defenseman Seth Jones with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Obviously, he is you make your home in off-season. You live in Dallas, correct?
Yep.
So your thoughts on what's going on with Zeke right now and the Cowboys?
Oh, man. Well, I think everyone knows that we don't have a chance to win anything without him. So I think Jerry's holding out, trying to stay strong, but I think everyone in the city knows that we're going to have to sign him to be successful this season.
Hey, Seth, I want to ask you a little bit about your approach to this season. Obviously, everybody knows about the departures. I know you guys are not trying to dwell on that. You're trying to talk about the guys who are going to be there. But going through what you all went through last year in terms of the meetings and all the off-ice stuff that you had to have to keep you guys together, how do you think that's going to help you this year now, having gone through that experience together on and off the ice?
Yeah, well, anytime you go through challenges as a team and you do it together as a group and you solve situations that may be tough to solve within your locker room and within the leadership group and the team, I think it's always a success and it's always a plus in the experience category. We're still a young team. We've kind of been talking about this for a few years now, but I believe we're young but a very experienced team. We've been to the playoffs a few times now. We know what it's like to lose and what it's like to win a playoff round, and we understand what it takes and how close games are and how important each play is within a game. So, I think having our core back as well again this year, adding a few pieces is, I think we're all excited to see where we can go as a team.
Yeah, you touch on that. I mean, you've been to the playoffs before, but having that experience of knowing what it takes to win a playoff round, what did that do for you guys?
Yeah, well, for our team, I think it makes us more hungry. Believe it or not, I think we know what it's like to win a series, like you said, and we understand what it takes. I think, we want to be that much more hungry to win another one, 2-3 rounds in a playoff in a single year. And, I think that's where this team's going. I think, like I said, we're hungry, we're determined. A lot of our guys still have things to prove, which is always a great for, puts your team in a great place when everyone is playing to the top of their game.
Hey, Seth, what is it that for the casual NHL fan, the people who aren't hardcore hockey nuts, but they're casual Jacket fans, they come to a couple games a year. What are some things behind the scenes that players like you do that so you can go from good to great? What are the things that you do that nobody sees in the general public, but that translate on the ice when it comes time?
Well, I think it's practice time and the time you spend at the rink with your teammates, developing chemistry. I think the hard work you put in, it starts with the off-season training, but really starts with camp, bonding with those guys, going through the tough times together every day at the rink, and then throughout the season. They don't really see the highs and the lows of a locker room and what can transpire throughout a season. But we try to be the best we can be once game time hits. Once it's, whether we're playing at home on the road, we want to impress our fans, give them something to watch, give them exciting hockey to watch. And that's, I think, the brand we play as well. We play a tough physical brand, fast brand of hockey. And, like I said, we want the fans to be excited every time they come watch us play.
Seth, one of the first things you're going to be asked to do when you get back here is that 2-mile run. Are you in good shape?
I'm getting there. That's not something easy to train for. But, you do what you can. And, it's just 12 minutes of your life, right? So you got to grind through it as much as you can. But, like I said, that's an experience that, this group of guys are always going to have together, doing that run, doing the towards camp, going through all that. And you can be rewarded in the end for it.
Well, you said 12 minutes of your life, so that's a 6-minute mile. You are huffing it, man. That's moving.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't get 12 minutes. There's only a few guys that can get 12. You want to be definitely under 13, somewhere in that ballpark. But, you obviously train to be the best you can be. And, I'm training to get 12.
All right, so I think one goal for you in closing, Seth, this year should be, last year you had one fan tattoo their name on their body, your name on their body. I think maybe your goal this year is 2 different fans. Let's go up by 1. Let's double the amount of fans that tattoo your name on their body somewhere.
That's a lot of pressure. I'm going to have to play some pretty good hockey for that to happen.
I have faith in you, as do the entire Columbus Blue Jackets nation. And defenseman Seth Jones from the Columbus Blue Jackets, you're a great sport, and thank you very much for coming on, man, and stay healthy this offseason, obviously, and we're going to see you in just a few weeks. We're excited.
No problem. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, brother. Thanks.